interesting things that I found when I really started jiu-jitsu was I probably knew 95% of the submissions I do today by the time I was about 2.5, 3 years in. But I didn't have the requisite control on the ground or positional advancement skill to really make them work. And generally, submissions are about just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. If you can't control someone long enough, put them on their back, pass their guard, keep them in your guard, or take their back and control it, you're not really going to be able to do a hell of a lot. You're going to find yourself at the mercy of somebody with better positional advancement skills, better escapes, better guard maintenance skills, better back maintenance skills. And you're not really going to get a hell of a lot of opportunities to finish them because, quite frankly, you'll generally be on the back foot from day one. So what we're going to have a look at mostly today, because unfortunately this is a huge topic. I could spend a week on this, if not more. What we're going to look at is a bit of side control maintenance, how to use your knees to try while you're actually using your arms to firstly control the shoulders and hips, which are generally the pivot points as far as jiu-jitsu is concerned, and how to set things up, how to make things happen from your opponent's movement or your opponent's struggle. So what I'm going to do, and you generally want to find a bit of a happy medium. I generally keep my weight on my sternum, on his sternum. And if he tries to turn into me, I'm going to start moving. Start coming around, one way, the other. I might use my knees to dig out an elbow. Not that elbow. Might use my knees to dig this elbow out, and come in there, and make him unable to turn into me. So
yeah, trap.
He's trapped there between his. You see his elbows between my hip and my elbow, and right now this arm's pretty much open for whatever I want. You'll also notice that Marcus is keeping his elbows most of the time as tightly in as possible. We call them T-Rex arms. It's like little pathetic T-Rex arms waggling in the breeze. But in terms of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, if you have your arms out, they will get locked. They will get locked and you won't be enjoying the aftermath. My instructor at one point, I used to leave this arm dangling out every so often, ended up just kimuring me, shoulder locking me every class. Now I can't really do that on you because, well, the surgeon would get rather irritable, and I haven't exactly arranged sponsorship from an orthopedic surgeon yet. If anybody knows a good orthopedic surgeon, please give my name. But what we're going to do to start this off, we are going to try to have the person on the bottom is going to try and turn into the person on top. The person on top is going to try and come out, north-south, and try and control their opponent's shoulders and their hips. A number of ways you can do that. Firstly, as mentioned, keep your sternum on top of their sternum. Don't keep all your weight on top. You can use an arm under the legs, use lots of different techniques, but the reality is you want to keep your weight on them fairly constantly. As you move around, don't keep both knees on the ground as often as you can, and just try and screw them into the floor. Yep.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Aren't you vulnerable as you're rotating around to the other side?
Not as much as you think. When I'm rotating around, I'm doing that to keep ahead of Marcus's knee. So if Marcus is trying to do that to me, he's trying to come round. I'm just going to try and come back into him.
So, see how he's trying to get his knee in? I'm trying to stay in front of it.
Exactly. I'm always trying to get out. The moment his weight is off me, that's when I either turn and turtle up, which, to be honest, isn't ideal, but I'm not in side control and I might be able to affect something different from there. Or I get my knee through and I retrieve my guard. Okay, guys? Find somebody roughly as ugly as yourself and take it slow, take it easy. You're not trying to kill each other. friendly skies, friendly skies. Okay. Remember how I was saying in order to actually maintain side control, you need to keep them flat on their back, you need to control their hips, you need to control their shoulders. This is why. First thing I'm going to do is put my hand right on Michael's hip. This keeps him from coming around. If he tries to come around, I'm just going to keep following, keep following. At this point, I have him sort of where I want him, but I've controlled his movement to an extent. Next thing I'm going to do is do what you should be doing whenever you find yourself on the ground. Getting on one hip. Never ever do I want to be on both flat on my back, because this way, life is going to be really quite hard for me to do anything to him. So from here, I turn on my side, I bring this arm over his back, grab his belt, and from there, I'm going to push that knee out. Bigger people may find, if you just look at where my legs are, they may find if you're a bit bigger, you have to walk them out, you have to walk them back further in order to get that football knee back in. And from there, we've progressed back to guard. This is positive. I may still get my head punched in from here, but at the same time, I can defend and I can even start pulling up some offense. Okay, one more time. Feel free to move wherever you can best see this happening, guys. Okay, you may want to move over to the back wall from where I am at the moment. We don't stand on ceremony. Okay? Like the same stand, the same hand on the side is on. Locks the hip first off the bat. Might grab the belt. In no gi, doesn't particularly, just put it on the hip, doesn't particularly matter. Next thing, I turn onto my side, facing him. Then, as quickly as possible, I reach over the top, grab his belt, put my other hand on his knee, walk my legs back, shoot the bottom knee through, and back to my guard. We have just achieved a neutral position, which is far better than being on the bottom of side control and potentially getting our head